What if the person you built your world around was the one slowly destroying it? What happens when devotion becomes your own prison? Stay, because this is the moment a woman remembers she was never meant to shrink. Elena moves silently through her pristine kitchen. Coffee brewing, toast cut diagonally, table set precisely. A towering figure enters, takes a sip, grimaces. No words, just silence and tension. Every day begins the same. Black coffee, perfect toast, quiet obedience. She keeps the peace at all costs. But peace built on fear is never real. Once she thought love was something you earned through sacrifice. She never noticed the day sacrifice turned into self-erasure. They say true imprisonment has no bars, it just has routine. Elena's daughter Sophia stands in the doorway, watching her mother apologize for something small. The air is thick with unspoken truth. Children see what adults explain away. Sophia saw her mother's apology for existing. She saw the quiet collapse behind every forced smile. Sophia's voice asks softly, barely audible, "Mom, why do you always say sorry and cry in silence?" That single question became the first crack in the mirror. Because sometimes the truth enters our lives disguised as our own child's heartbreak. Later that night, Elena hears laughter from behind a closed study door. Her husband's voice, warm and alive, speaking to someone else. That sound, the tenderness meant for her, given to another, was the sound of something inside her shattering. What if the moment that breaks you is the one that frees you? Marcus's expression shifts from calm to cold at the dinner table. Close-ups, his sneer, her trembling hands, the untouched food. Accusation, deflection, control. He twisted words like a blade, and she bled in silence. For years she mistook cruelty for passion and fear for loyalty. The ancient sages warned, what imprisons the heart feeds on obedience. Yet she kept feeding it, afraid of what life would be without him. Elena crumpled on the floor, whispering apologies while storm clouds rumble. But the storm was never outside, it lived within her walls. Her sister Mira visits her and notices the silence. Mira gives Elena a huge hug. Elena collapses into her arms. When love makes us blind, life sends a mirror. Hers took the shape of her sister, unafraid to see what Elena refused to. Mira listening, no judgment. Words pouring out like years of dammed-up water from Elena's mouth. Mira reminded her of an ancient truth. Water overcomes stone not through force, but by staying true to its nature. Real strength doesn't fight, it endures and transforms. Time slows on a river scene outside, the current flowing effortlessly around rocks. Elena didn't yet believe she could be that river, but for the first time in years, she wanted to try. Elena finds receipts hidden in drawers, hotels, jewelry, dinners. She stares at the proof, no tears now, just breathing. The truth she'd avoided found her anyway, and when she finally held it in her trembling hands, she didn't shatter. She straightened. No confrontation, no shouting, no chaos. Just quiet indifference from him and quiet certainty from her. For the first time she saw what he really was. Not a man to fix, but a mirror of everything she'd let herself become, small. Elena decided to leave, and she didn't bother to say goodbye. She didn't have to. Walking away was the loudest thing she'd ever done. True freedom begins where begging ends. 6 months later, Elena in a sunlit apartment, painting walls with Sophia, laughter echoing, fresh flowers on the table. Her new life wasn't glamorous, but it was hers. Quiet mornings filled with sunlight instead of fear. Small victories that felt like revolutions. Elena journaling. First day at work. Sophia smiled today. I slept through the night. Every phrase a milestone. Healing isn't about forgetting. It's about remembering who you were before you forgot yourself. She learned that love isn't chains, it's wings. She once prayed just to survive. Now she prays to live fully. Because the woman who thought she was broken was just buried under silence. It's not strength that saves us. It's remembering we were strong all along. Elena standing by the mirror again. This time, no cracks. Her reflection smiles back. Years ago, she looked in this mirror and asked, "Who am I?" Today, the mirror answers back, "You are enough." Letting go is not loss. It's alignment with truth. And the truth is this: you cannot love someone into kindness. You cannot beg someone into decency. You can only choose yourself. And when she did, dignity rushed in like air after drowning. Elena writes in her journal, "I choose peace." This story isn't about leaving someone. It's about returning to yourself. If you're watching this and feel trapped, remember, freedom isn't given, it's chosen. Letting go of the unworthy isn't an act of anger. It's an act of self-respect. And respect is the language of the soul. Let go of the unworthy. You deserve dignity. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what cages have you mistaken for homes? What pain have you named love? And what would happen if you trusted your wings again? If this story found you, maybe it's because you needed to hear it. Share it with the sister, friend, or neighbor who has forgotten her worth. And if it moved you, like and subscribe. Because we're building a space for those learning that strength doesn't roar, it rises. You were never broken, you were becoming.